All right, so this David situation, it just keeps getting more bizarre. And as I covered in my last video, his subreddit, the D4VD, all right, the David subreddit, is absolutely popping right now. There's a whole bunch of activity going on over there. Everybody is trying to break down the case. They're trying to get to the bottom of this. They're sharing evidence, all right? This is the David case discussion mega thread. Okay, people are discussing all of the existing information. They're saying it seems like a lot of people in David's circle knew about Celeste and didn't do anything, even bribed her friends too. People saying, yep, it's insane people aren't talking about this. Everyone's posting it and looking at those Discord screenshots and not saying, why in the F did no one say anything? All those people deserve to be locked up alongside David and his accomplices. Saying people talk a big game about hating PDF files unless it's not their kid or they happen to like the guy. You'd be surprised how many people know for sure people are PDFs and just go along to accept a situation like this, all right? I'll be moving forward. I'll be moving past things quickly because there's some sordid stuff, all right? Now, look at this, okay? This is a big post on the Discord server that went around, and it says that we, the Discord and Twitch staff team, want to clarify what we knew and didn't know regarding Celeste. We were not aware of her true age and that she was a missing person. We also did not have any contact with her outside of what was public. From what was shared in David's Twitch streams and from her role in the server, we understood her to be around 18, 19. She appeared in 2 streams but otherwise was not active in the server, and we did not have ongoing communication with her. Most of us are not located in California, so we were not aware of any missing persons report connected to her. Additionally, the staff team has minimal contact with David or his management. The mention of her full name within the server was not seen in real time due to how fast the chat moves when David pings everyone. As a result of the situation, the majority of the staff team has left the server, and we no longer associate with David. We do not support his actions in any capacity. Our priority has always been the well-being of members in this community, and we're deeply saddened by the situation and extend our prayers to Celeste's family. May she rest in peace, and may her family receive justice. And they've got the GoFundMe link to support her family there. Okay, so people are saying the fact they're distancing themselves from this and not taking responsibility alongside David, you can literally see other members discussing the topic about Celeste being missing or underage and David acknowledging her name. So what if her role said 18 plus? That's not enough grounds to believe she's the legal age. This is purely sickening. He met her at 11 and took her life 4 years later. This is disappointing for an artist that had the whole world in the palm of his hand, all for a 15-year-old girl not aware about the real world, and the fact he tried to have with her is just mad. Okay. More proof backing that photo really was him bribing those kids. It was defo taken at Lake Elsinore. Celeste allegedly lived right around the corner from here. This is crazy. It says that one message alleged her sister was pimping her out. Some shadier stuff was going on around this whole thing, and it needs to be found out. But people are saying, don't jump in and blame her sister, and I agree with that, all right? Let's not jump too many guns, all right? David's the problem here. People saying, it's a coincidence. Sure it is. If there's a leaked song that has the lyrics of Oh Celeste, the same tattoo, messages leaked around. David was 5 years older than Celeste. She was 12 or 13. By April 2024, she goes missing. She's found in a car inside David's car. BS. It's not a coincidence, except the fact that your favorite singer is a murderer and PDF, okay? And they're saying, look, her friends are also children. You can't blame them for probably being groomed by his actions and manipulations too. Stop blaming minors when they're adults that need to be held accountable right now. So, yeah, a lot of people are saying that, the people in the subreddit and then in the Discord are just as bad as him. People are saying this is disgusting. This is one of the most active people in David's Discord with 62,000 plus messages. I'm not going to lie. That's probably why he's not been arrested. These investigators are probably having to go through 62,000 messages, right? Somebody posted on here, I'd rather not groom kids. This is shocking coming from you. He said, for real, why didn't she get ran over? I wanted to see her insides and juice pouring. I love effing animals, this person said. This is a poster of his baby sister. I don't know if this is David's baby sister. Someone posted a child. Thank God they blanked it out. They said, are you gonna her? Twisted. Someone saying, that's my sister. I love abusing Marty and Ella in my basement. No comment. When he said Carp is a racist and a PDF, he said no comment. So he's not denying that he's those things, right? So the R word, it's not R word if you all cry and like it. How do you get R word during S? Yep, I wonder if R word S is real. I'll just R word you, F it. I pre-ordered Ella. Bro said favorite 14-year-old. This is twisted. He's talking about pre-ordering 14-year-olds. Ella is 13 now. If it's not on the clock, I don't want it. She says his brother is 12. That's crazy. So he's saying if anyone above 12, if the age isn't on a clock, I'm not interested. This guy is twisted. If Layla isn't 18, I'll gladly go to jail. All right. This guy was a very active, high-ranking member. People saying, I guess it's very normalized in the server. He sent 62,000 messages. Oh, so it's just this person. Just this one person, this twisted individual sent 62,000 messages, not all the messages on the Discord. He's friends with basically all the mods and they don't care about it. I'm not sure what the point of having mods in the server even is at this point. Almost all the active people in the server are just like him. People saying the mods were PDFs too. The entire Discord needs to be locked up at this point. No, seriously, they should all get in trouble. Each and every one of them should be jailed for allowing all of this weird stuff. People saying that whole Discord server needs to be investigated at this point. All right. Sooner rather than later, these creeps are going to run. If they haven't already, they know they're being scrutinized. Can someone find out who that is? Because I'm concerned for his baby sister. That's so effing weird and sick that you would say that about your own little sister, let alone in general. Yuck, bro. So many weirdos in that server. People saying this is probably why LAPD are taking their time. They might have found some other weirdos on his laptop or something and are looking to nail them too. This Discord is so alarming. People saying, yeah, it sounds like him, and a lot of people around him are going down. I guess they'll learn the real definition of the R word in prison. Okay. Now, what's really crazy is that allegedly David is the main moderator on his own subreddit. Look at this. David is the main moderator here. If you haven't read the announcement at the beginning of this sub, it clearly says that David owns this sub and it can be gone at any given moment. His last comment here was just 13 days ago. Let's be honest, he sees everything. I've seen a few people accidentally post screenshots with their personal social media names visible, so my advice is be careful, y'all. We are being watched. Good. Let the kid diddler see how much of a loser everyone thinks he is. Let him soak it in and realize he lost all the adoration he had. He's a loser. He groomed a child. He ruined her life and the lives of her family members. He lost all respect and love from the fans. Let him watch his world burn down the way he watched that poor child's life burn. That's dark, all right? People saying, what's he going to do? Throw a labubu at us? Only if you're an underage girl, all right? Saying nobody's scared of this man. What was this deleted comment? I hate to see a deleted comment, man, because I'm just always dying to know what people said. So nobody's scared of him, man. He put fear into little kids. He didn't put fear into grown men who wants his head right now. It's going to be a tough day at the LA County Jail, man, when he arrives there. You're going to have to PC it up for sure, man, because I know them steppers are going to be looking for him. Hopefully he either comes with the truth or just ends it all at this point. There's no other options for him. Now, here's the interesting thing, right? If it turns out that he killed her in Texas, this is probably going to end up being a federal case, all right? It's going to be interstate. They're going to, you know, if there's evidence in Texas, it's going to have to, the FBI might need to get involved. There might need to be a federal investigation. They might need to go to another state. They might need to investigate that hotel that we talked about in the last video, okay? That motel, all right? So what's even more crazy is that Discord moderator was allegedly one of his managers, all right, and was on there saying a bunch of crazy stuff. So this is Moji, all right, and we talked about this person in the last video as well. They're saying this is David's Discord server owner and his manager. He said, women who let me kill them and chop them up. That's what he likes, apparently. I just hate all women, hence why I make them fall in love with me just to leave and convince them it's because they weren't good enough, so they have the endless need to try and impress me. What a psycho. I pop back in their life every few months to rekindle her desire to make me see her improvements until she's attractive enough for me to get with her again. And then the cycle repeats. Said, I wasn't kidding either. Somebody said, please, Henry, I literally have done so much to change. I just want to hear back from you. That's dark. Making women cry is a hobby. Ignore women and they like it. So this is someone he's in a conversation with. He's posting the conversation. It's 6 a.m. and I'm H-word. Why aren't you in my bed? Max, I'll pay for your gas to drive over for the day. Come on. Oh, bro, never mind. And then he just says hi. And so this is Max Moji, apparently his manager, saying, so you're a whore actually has me tight, bruh. I hate women. Seems like he doesn't like women, if you ask me. They're saying a woman must have hurt him in the past, and he turned out like this. What a weirdo. He gives tiny peen energy. All right, by the way he talks. For sure, man. All of this stuff playing games with girls, man, just be yourself. You know what I mean? All this, don't talk to girls. Just be yourself. And if a girl wants to air you out and be long about it, bruh, move on, keep it moving, keep it pushing. Maybe you don't reply to her next time, but like all this manipulation, mind games, this is like sociopathic, psychopathic behavior, right? People saying, who does this guy think he is? LMAO, all right? This guy sounds like a lame, to be honest with you. Sounds like a lame, all right? And there's more creepy messages, more tweets from him that were going around, all right? They're saying this is the owner manager. I like underage girls. What's the problem? All right. Tweeting this. 11 is too old for me. So this is the same guy we talked about in the last video. This guy's clearly a creep as well. 11 is too old for me. I F with girls under 7 years old. The less knowledge of what's going on, the better. Okay, guys, fine, admit it. I don't actually like kids. Sorry. Like that's somehow you know, an L, like, oh, the community, I'm sorry that I don't like kids. Like the community, the Discord community for David are going to be mad that he doesn't like kids. Like, how twisted is that? It's actually tapped. Okay. He's saying DFU stands for D4VD's little kids. All right. This guy's got little kids on his brain. He says, I eat children, I suck children, I like children, children. Replying to all of these people. He said, what does SWAY stand for? Swallow wonderful ageless kids. Messed up, man. I forgot your age though. 7 ain't bad. I do love children. I love children. This guy is tapped in the head. Women who let me kill them and chop them up. All right. This guy is bizarre. Twitch manager is the manager, the founder, owner of all these subs. Okay. He is a high ranking member. All right. People are saying, can someone genuinely report this to the police? It's absolutely heinous. He deserves to be in jail as well. I don't give a F what's supposed to be a joke. It can quickly derail into something more serious. Apparently, he sent a picture in DC, which is illegal possession of CP. Someone please, I'm not in the US, please report this. Okay. Put a face to the name. Let the world see the man behind the comments. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's a bad look. That's a bad look. You're on Front Street now, buddy. All right, saying what a loser he stands. You can tell he's feeling himself. He feels like he's sexy. He feels like all these young girls are going to want him, right? And he's the owner of the Discord. Gross. Okay, gross. Now, reportedly, all right, I don't think this might not be the same person. They're saying that somebody else is David's manager. Okay, that guy might have just been the Discord manager. Another post removed by Reddit's filters, man. The cover-up's in full effect. They're saying David's manager, Robert Morgan Rhodes Jr.'s house was raided, okay? David's manager is John Marshall. It's been stated in news articles. So who is this person? You're either out here being reckless or you're trolling, potentially going to get someone harassed who has nothing to do with it. You need to grow up. Okay, so look, apparently, all right, according to that one comment, this isn't the person. I mean, shoot, all right? I looked up the name on Google. It comes up, management, David, Mogul Vision, all right? This account is now private. Privated that one quickly, all right? But it's really, you know, linked to David's real account, all right? That's his real account with 2 million followers, okay? And I don't know what Mogul Vision is. Record label, artist management, and publishing company where innovation meets artistry. Now, I think some of the reasons why people think that manager's house was searched, and we still don't know whether or not it was, but allegedly the manager's name was on the lease of the house that David was renting, and that has been raided and searched by LAPD homicide detectives. So if you see this article, detectives searched a rental home belonging to David as part of their investigation into the death of Celeste. On Wednesday, September the 18th, LAPD homicide detectives searched for a home rented by John Marshall, David's manager at Interscope Records. According to TMZ, the 20-year-old singer born David Anthony Burke, right, was reportedly living there according to photos and videos shared earlier this year that supposedly matched the home's interior. These images included him singing with Benny Blanco during a live stream and dancing with the girl group Cat's Eye. Okay, it's looking like the same home, all right? Honorary member of Cat's Eye, the Withered merch coming out, all of this stuff. Looks like the same property, people are saying. During the search, detectives reportedly seized a computer and several evidence bags. The investigation began earlier this month when a decomposed body was found in the trunk of the Tesla. Okay, everybody's trying to get to the bottom of it. They're posting the pictures of him allegedly paying off people to not talk about it, and it's very creepy. So a lot of people are now saying that the moderators in the subreddit need to lock things down, right? They need to lock down the subreddit. Mods need to lock this subreddit down. This subreddit keeps popping up, and this will be my only post on here. I genuinely think the mods should lock down everything that isn't a tribute post for Celeste. I saw someone reply to a comment with a literal photo of Dookie earlier, and I've seen tons of unhinged people making PDF comments towards Celeste and generally just being weird. We should stop trying to speculate on the facts of a murder case and let the investigators do their job. That ain't never going to happen. All right. Over the past few days, I've seen constant posts of people pointing out details like the shoes, the state of Celeste's body when it was discovered, and the stuff that random people on the internet do not have the capacity to properly assess in any way. It's disrespectful to try and act like a detective by spreading around misinformation or theories as if a child was not groomed and murdered. If you want to solve murder mysteries, then go play Clue. That guy's been replying to all my comments with the photo. He's been sending me pictures of Dookie in my private messages. I blocked him. I'm pretty sure it's mentally ill. David's fan. Now, look, on the one hand, I get the sentiment of this because a lot of people have been saying this to me. Like, is it right to be talking about this stuff while there's an open investigation? Well, personally, I feel like it is okay because this guy made millions of dollars making music that appear to hint towards these horrible, heinous activities going on behind the scenes. And I've said it. I'd say the same thing for gangster rappers. People are like, oh, how are you talking about what's going on in the streets? You got guys that are doing Billboard charting songs. I'm talking about the gangster rappers now. Guys like Lil Durk doing Billboard charting songs, dropping clues about murders, talking about, no, get location, no, green light, go. You're letting the whole world know details about a murder that we later find out about, and you're going on the Billboard charts and you're making millions of dollars. How arrogant for you to think that we're not allowed to look into that as the public interested in a story. Now, yes, sometimes people get things wrong. Sometimes I get things wrong. I'm just reporting on this and I'm consuming the information. And I'm doing it in a way that's a dialogue so that people out there can keep informed with what's going on. This is a story in the public interest. And I think that look, if we type in David on Google, right? If we just type in Dave D4D on Google, okay, we're going to get a whole bunch of news articles, all right? It's going to be a whole bunch of news articles. So until Yahoo News and CNN and NBC News, until they stop talking about it and speculating on it and posting screenshots of things that they found that were interesting, I think that realistically, you can't blame other people, whether they're on Reddit, whether they're fans of his music. This guy made millions of dollars, all right? Millions of dollars all off the back of talking about these twisted things, dropping all these hints. And the fact that the mere suggestion that we just shut up and just let the police handle this, the police are handling this. And in some ways, what is going on, all of the information that's being posted, it likely will help the police, to be honest with you. People want to call me the feds. But at the end of the day, everybody is just trying to get to the bottom of this situation. It's in the public interest. You know, these missing posters for this little girl were posted publicly. People wanted, if people had been more on it with these online investigations and posting this stuff in Reddit and airing out what David had been doing on his Discord, this might not have happened. So I personally don't agree with that. I don't think it's irresponsible. I think that it's actually important. It's helpful. It's in the public interest. Nobody asked for this. None of the reporters, none of the Redditors asked for this to happen. David left a years-long trail of breadcrumbs for everybody to find. It appears that he did something very heinous. And, you know, hopefully, whoever did this, looks like maybe David, based on some of what we've seen, hopefully they face justice. And really, I think the attention is being focused in the absolute wrong places, suggesting that the people that are causing problems are the people reporting on this. But anyway, back in the subreddit, it said, David, if you're reading this, just confess. There's nothing you can do to make it better because a young girl has died. It's clear you had a part in it. And if you truly love Celeste, the least you can do is confess to it all. Your life as you know it is over. Your team and lawyers probably told you to be silent, but you can't go off grid and lay low or escape someplace else. This won't just go away. Face the consequences, accept what you have done, and confess. People saying David right now is just scrolling through all of this. And we know that he's on the subreddit. We know that he's on the Discord. If you see the last video that I just posted, all right, he's seeing all of this, okay? He might be watching this video. Hey, David, if you're watching this video, don't rock with you. Don't rock with any of what you were doing, all right? Disgusting. Disgusting. We're going to wait for the facts to come out, but body in the front trunk of your Tesla, ain't too much explaining that. We're not rocking with that. Buddy, okay? Man, watch out. Not cool, okay? And so some people are basically saying, look, he might avoid jail time. Who knows, right? David might have the perfect explanation for this. He might be able to make this whole thing go away. He might have the best lawyer. He might get Brian Steele involved, right? Maybe King Spider will go and send him some bread for the Brian Steele stimulus package. Some people are saying, I feel like this needs to be talked about, but if he manages to avoid jail time, I feel like he'll manage to get his career back in a few years like nothing ever happened. As outrageous as that sounds, it's clear that people just want to consume. Look at Chris Brown, who these days gathered stadiums of people ecstatic to see him. If something similar happens with David, whose chances of avoiding jail are really low but not zero, and whose actions are arguably much worse, it really drives home just how effed up and hollow it all is. No, he's going to be like OJ, where restaurants actually refuse him service because of what he did. If he avoids prison, then he's going to be living in hiding. People saying there's no way he's getting his career back. There is no chance. This is far different from the Chris Brown situation. And I'm not saying that it wasn't bad, but this stuff is the most insane stuff I've ever heard from an artist. He's going to jail or suicide. You have to realize kids are not to be played with. Let's say he'll become a free man. It only takes one person who has nothing to lose to take him out. I'm certain a lot of people are willing to take that risk. P words are the lowest in society. This was no murder with a friend his age. It was a runaway kid he held captive, groomed, and abused, and very likely killed, with more people in the conspiracy. Now, I've said in my early coverage of this, you know, this strikes me as just so different and so much more twisted than these gang murders. You know, people are active combatants in gang wars. They kind of know what they sign up to now. We always talk about the socio-economic reasons that certain areas in the hood, the inner cities, the projects are so messed up, and a lot of people are products of their environment. They're forced to engage in gang wars. They're forced to indulge in violence that maybe they didn't understand or didn't know growing up. This is completely different. This is super twisted. You know, if these things are to be believed, this man groomed a child, allegedly, and and took her life, and it's just absolutely twisted. So this is absolutely nothing like the gang murders of Chicago and Jacksonville and all that kind of stuff. It's still in a public interest. I'm still going to keep covering it. I'm not going to stop covering it, but it really just strikes me as very different and just much darker. So I don't see there being any way of this guy getting his career back after what's come out. I think that, who knows? I think he's probably sat around. He's in between Fortnite sessions and in between scrolling on Discord and Reddit. He probably is trying to think, how can I get out of this? He's literally somewhere right now, who knows, watching this video. If he's watching this video, David, ain't no way out of this one, buddy. I don't know if you're gonna finesse your way out of this. He's probably sat around thinking how he's gonna OJ Simpson his way out of this one, but who knows, man? And the fact that he hasn't been arrested yet, despite everything that's going around, is pretty crazy. He's probably under surveillance, and who knows, once the cops get through these thousands of Discord messages, all of the evidence, they probably have his phone, they probably have his history, his call logs, his messages, probably have the entire conversation, his entire conversation history with Celeste on deck. It's going to be a bad day. So for him, not for everyone else, it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be sweet when all the information finally gets out and we can get to the bottom of this. But I'll keep you guys updated. I've got a couple of more topics that I want to touch on related to this, because there's just been a whole lot of information circulating on the Reddit and in the news and in the Discords, all of that stuff. So I'll keep you guys updated, but it's still very sad. Rest in peace, Celeste. And I'm just hoping we fully get to the bottom of this soon. Thank you.